Yeah, um, it's another day. Today I've been working on, so far, I've been in my morning routine. The goal is to just be able to get my morning routine done so that I can put myself in a better position. Okay, besides that, I learned something new today. I can absolutely allow myself to visualize what my mind looks like. So when you think about, if you close your eyes and I gave you a pen, you feel it. You're like, okay, this is a pen. I know it's a pen. The reason you know it's a pen is because you have all these brain cells that have already recognized how a pen feels. Okay, now visualize what your ear looks like, right? You know, you've touched your ear, you've seen your ear numerous times. Those are already visual cortex things that have already penetrated your mind to know what it is. But now, visualize your mind. Now that you visualized your mind, think about it. Where did you just visualize your brain? You didn't visualize what your mind looks like. And the first time I actually thought about this, I said, wow, okay, let me go into visualizing what my mind looks like. And I thought about a brain. I looked at it, but it's just a physical thing. We've seen a brain, but we never visualized what our mind looks like. It was such a cool thing, is because for the first time, when I decided to go and visualize what my mind looks like, I was like, okay, my mind looks like a white room. It has a chair and it has a whiteboard. And this marker that I have, it's a dry erase marker. I can go to this board, decide to write whatever on it. But one thing I visualized was like, receiving money, lots of money from people. I wrote the thing that I wanted on the board. All of a sudden, I started seeing people pop up around the board. And I started seeing people hand me money. And before I knew it, I was looking to my left, 5 people came. I was looking to my right of the board, 5 people came. And before you know it, I started seeing people spawn right behind them, right behind the whiteboard, and they were giving me money. And as I was on the seat, it's like the whole bunch of money started to lift me up. And at that point, I said, no, I see what's happening. Let me get off it. Now, when I say I understand it, right? I wanted to see a view of like, how high is this gonna go? Because now that this money is building this thing up, I'm like, wow, the fact that it's possible. And it's crazy, because when you think about it, it's like, oh, why did you get off the chair? Why didn't you just stay on that? You couldn't. I understand it, but I need to see a different view of it from how this was possible. I needed to see the fact that that's my chair, and I'm seeing a boatload of money just going up. And the reason I'm speaking on this is because that was the first time in my visualization I'm like, oh, I can actually see my mind. I can actually see and build and see that it's possible. Our goals are not far-fetched. There's a person out there, right? We think about Ferraris, exclusive car, nice. But when we think about how can I afford a Ferrari, we think, well, you have to be making this. But somebody came up with the idea to say, hey, I want to drive a Ferrari car. I want to get that made. I want to have the most elegant equipment, eloquent parts, paint, design. I want to create Ferrari. So if somebody was able to do that, there has to be another way to afford that, because clearly they made a car that for people with a prestigious status or have a whole bunch of wealth are able to attain that. Now I'm looking at it, I'm viewing it, I'm like, well, there's a lot of probabilities and possibilities that can happen. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, this entire time I never thought what my mind looks like. Now I can use my pen and write whatever on this board, and it will come to fruition. That's visualization. And I started smiling. I'm like, wow, I've never actually done this before. So that's my tip of the day. Visualization, what's happening.